Thank you for tuning in to Exeter TV. Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast Channels 6 and 22. Channel 6 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 8, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv, Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report, with recaps of recent events, updates from town departments, and messages from nonprofits in your area. If you head to our website, exeternh.tv, we invite you to sign up to our newsletter to receive monthly updates about new content, upcoming meetings, and more. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch Exeter TV and hope that you tune in to our other content as well.
Welcome to the Thursday, January 8th, 2026 meeting of the Pairpoint Park Stakeholders Advisory Committee. I am Steve Jones and I am the chair. Which, should we go this way? Let's do it this way.
Sure. Jen Martell.
Okay.
Keith Whitehouse.
Mary Teal.
Bill Campbell.
Okay.
Ann Hohenberger.
Amanda Kelly.
Very good. So we have a quorum, and we can proceed. Let me say who's not here. Nico sends his regrets. He is going to the American Independence Museum where he's on the board this evening, and that's why he's not here. He called me earlier today, said he was sorry. He had a conflict.
I wonder if he ever gets to work of his own.
I have no idea.
Really?
I have no idea.
Not every night
Yeah.
this week.
Greg, so we were just at Greg's office, Amanda and I, and we'll talk about that later in the agenda, but Greg sends his regrets he's not here as well. So that's who are not able to make it. I take it there's no public comment? So hearing none, I'll move on to the next item, which is the draft minutes. Are there any comments on the minutes?
Steve, I think you had some revisions to make.
I did.
Which is good. I took the minutes and I skipped a beat on a few items, but I submitted them as I had them. And then, so this is the moment to fill in my gaps.
This is
please.
what what was in italics is what I added after looking at the video and correcting anything. Is there any further additions, deletions, edits? I will entertain a motion.
I move to accept the minutes as corrected.
Very good.
Sorry, I do have another correction.
You
Just
do?
needed to-
Okay.
Yeah. I'm struggling with language, though.
Oh, where is it, Amanda?
The word confusion, because I know I didn't say that.
Where,
Section 2, paragraph 2,
item,
fourth line.
fourth item?
Nope, section 2, paragraph 2, fourth line, fourth word.
I don't know of section 2, I just know agenda items 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's
so on.
item 2, it's right here.
Item 2,
Yeah.
okay. No update on BRC, that one?
I didn't say the word confusion. I'm struggling at this moment to decide what I would propose to change that word to, but I wouldn't like to be on the record as saying confusion.
Okay.
So I just don't have a decision yet.
I still don't find it here.
Bill asked about...
Please don't do
Yeah,
that. I'd appreciate it.
No, I can do whatever I want, Mary. Thank you.
Okay, it's been an emotional evening.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bill asked about...
Show me on your page and I'll find it.
Right here.
Okay, got it.
So I was going to ask, can we circle back to this after
Yeah.
I had a little time to think about what word I would suggest, because I don't know at
Yeah,
this
we can do that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Take that up later in
In the evening.
in the evening.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so that brings me to the next item on the agenda, which is, let me just note. Should I bring this up?
Is anyone taking notes tonight?
Yes, that was my
Okay.
next question. Who is, so Mary, thank you for doing minutes last time.
I can do them. I
you
haven't
can-
done them yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I've got a squeaky chair, excuse me.
So update on select board proceedings. So Monday night, Keith, you gave a proposal to the select board. It wasn't appropriate for us to discuss it earlier in November. It's not appropriate for us to discuss it now. However, I would highly recommend that if you have not seen the video, you watch Keith's presentation. You worked very hard on that. And I commend all of you to watch that.
So, Mr. Chair, if you're saying that we can't discuss that,
Correct.
well, why is that, Mr. Chair?
It's not in our charge.
So, that's not in our charge, but yet raising $350,000 to $400,000 is in our charge?
Yes, it is.
Where, in Nico's motion that he gave, that was in there? I didn't hear it, that's why I was just curious for your clarification.
Nico's motion, I'm not sure about Nico's.
That's our charge.
So our charge includes assisting with the design, assisting with construction, and fundraising. And so fundraising,
So this, whose,
But I thought
whose
that-
charge was that? that wasn't in Nico's, I looked at it, it wasn't in
that's the
Nico's.
select board's charge for us.
Does it say that it's in the fundraising?
Yes, it does.
Can you read that to me, Amanda, if you have it?
I will be directed by the chair on that, but I'm not sure if,
Yes, investigate all sources of funding opportunities. Yeah,
Interesting,
yeah,
thank you.
yeah. So,
That doesn't qualify as his proposal, Keith's proposal, as
no,
investigating?
it doesn't. So I've asked Nico about this numerous times, and it's not. Now, it doesn't mean that it's not a good thing for us to know about.
But he is investigating a source of fundraising.
Yeah, I'm not trying to mince words, but you're saying it's not this, kind of not discussable here, yet, you know, putting it on us to raise $350,000 to $400,000 is. I'm good with that, and I certainly would love to host something down there. I have some experience hosting things. You know, again, my advocacy would be to host on site after it's open, right? And I'd be certainly glad to contribute there, and I think I could make some money.
Okay.
So, however, I'm one to get the horse before the cart on this gig. So, this whole thing about how we cannot discuss it, and I don't want to try to side rail what we're up to tonight, but is interesting to me. So, I disagree.
Okay.
What was the decision? The decision, if I remember right, was that they would postpone it another month while they
Well,
look into things.
Yes, they're going to negotiate, yes. They're going to, well, first of all, this is at the select board level,
Yeah.
and that's one reason why we're not going to discuss it here. And the other reason is that, yes, you're in negotiation with the select board.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if it comes back from the select board to us, then we will discuss it with a direct order from the select board. This is going to be the case.
Very good.
And at that point, we will discuss it, and we'll take direction from the select board. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
I hope to live a few more years, but I hope to also go to the park before.
Yeah, we all would.
Yes, I mentioned that at the meeting myself. Bill, thank you. I appreciate that.
So the
Close
other.
to the end of it, yeah.
The other item that the select board moved on Monday night was that after their initial discussion on Deb, this is Deb Scarrett,
Good, yeah.
take a seat. The other item that we're all squeaking here. Yeah. It'll take a moment to let you get seated.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other item that they acted on was, they had 2 meetings to review the Budget Recommendations Committee's recommendation of the budget. One was on the 22nd of December, and the other one was on the 5th of January. On the 22nd of December, And you can watch the video. That's where I'll stop here. You can watch the video. I'll say that they discussed the process that the Budget Recommendations Committee used, not the outcome. So the Budget Recommendation Committee came to a decision not to put us in their recommended budget. They discussed that on the 22nd, and on the 5th of January, the Select Board then decided, well, we've discussed that process and how our committee's CIP request was handled. Then they said, that said, they did not support putting us on the warrant article, as a warrant article on the ballot.
The select board.
Select Board, yeah, Select Board. So personally, I think this is a better outcome for us, not to be on the warrant article. This means that there'll be no vote on the park this year, which is a challenging budget year, very challenging budget year. And that saves us in case we did not prevail on the ballot.
Can you fill that out a little bit? I'm tracking almost.
Well, assume that we got on the ballot and we failed.
Mm-hmm.
There are not a lot of opportunities to come around for a second or
It's sort
third
of-
chance.
It's sort
Yes.
of tainted
Yes,
or sour.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So, from my perspective, it doesn't change what we're going to be doing over the next several months, and we'll talk at length about that later on. And it makes sure that we don't have to worry about a campaign, which we weren't necessarily well-suited with signs and things like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
not a financial fundraising campaign, you
No.
mean like
Campaign for a
get out the vote
Yes on-
campaign?
Get on yes on
or-
3 or whatever warrant article, yeah.
Got
Which we're not well-suited right now to jump into. Saves us from that. But also it saves us, and that we have a chance later on, if we need to be on the ballot as a warrant article item, that then we can make the pitch in a better year. Now, that said, the fundraising subcommittee made it very clear to the select board on Monday, it's like, well, we're trying to raise as much as possible so that the Exeter taxpayer will pay the least amount possible. And I said that we couldn't promise anything, but our goal is 100%. And that is our goal.
Well, as
And
far,
so-
yeah.
And it is doable. So the key here is, the seed money for design and construction, and then the larger grants come next. And those we're well positioned for larger grants. There's a large matching grant, the lands and water. Matching grant. Keep me on track. The Lands and Water Conservation Fund, LWCF, that's a significant grant. It's a matching grant, so we'd have to match it. But that could be 50% of what we raise. And what we raise, what counts towards that grant, anything we raise starting as we've already started. Yeah.
What have we got so far, Mr. Chair?
Well, that's a good segue. Do you want to,
Sure.
yeah.
I figured
Well,
out
I
what I
just
want
was
for
gonna
the
say,
minutes.
Oh,
I wanted
good.
to take care of
Well,
that so it doesn't get lost. It's up to you.
Let's say, let's address this issue first. Keith has a very good question, and it's all everyone's question. I set it up, so it's a great question.
So Anne had reported last time $400, and since then, we have an additional $900 for a total of $1,300 in donations.
Right.
Yeah.
Total
Yeah,
what?
yeah. 1,300.
13.
Yeah.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah, I have a question back to the previous one, and it is to you and Jen and Amanda. Did you learn anything at the CRP meeting or the select board meeting that, now that you've had a couple weeks, or a week in one case, to think about it, that you want to bring to us? Did they give you any tips or any things that promoted ideas?
Did you learn anything? I'll let you speak for
And
yourself.
it
No,
could be a
I mean,
future agenda item.
I think just the takeaway was it's, the budget's too tight to be asking for anything superfluous, which apparently this is. And I think one of my key takeaways was that perhaps, and I don't know if I agree with this, but perhaps we will be in a better position by kind of doing our own fundraising, getting the momentum going, and then maybe asking for a match in the future, or maybe asking for something else. So I took that as, let's be on the positive side. I think that it's a great project. I think that we can position this as it's more of a grassroots effort. It's not something that we that we had to use taxpayer funds for, and I think
I wonder
people
if
will like
it's
that.
not on there, whether it looks like we're not doing much.
Well,
And
there are a lot of things
we've
that.
had things on there before, which have gone 2 or 3 years and then finally passed.
Right.
Too.
So this year, pretty much every organization took themselves off the warrant article. Yes, so there are other town committees that theoretically were going to ask. Right in front of us, one committee withdrew their application. Said, sorry, we're, bad year, we're not doing it. Did you have anything you wanted to add?
Well, I guess it sounds like people don't know about how intense the BRC process was this year, not just in the BRC itself, but in the lead up to it. The town manager sat down very purposely with every department and cut things that normally don't even get looked at, scraped hundreds of dollars here and hundreds of dollars there and $10,000 here, right? But like literally in the hundreds too, not just the bigger dollar amounts. Looked back at every line item, and even things like that are consistent, recurring warrant articles, like the $100,000 Parks and Recreation. That's not happening this year. So many things from the small dollar amounts through warrant articles have been pulled to get that total budget number increase as low as possible, because people are really upset about the budget increase from the police and fire
Right.
substation.
Sewer.
This year is the first year that debt service has come on to our budget as actually requiring us to pay towards the debt service in the order of millions. I can't remember the exact amount, don't quote me, but it's $1 million or something like that. It's very expensive, and so our budget has gone up, and I forget, and I'm not feeling great.
11%.
13, 14, 15, something
Really?
percent. And
Yeah.
people are really, really, really
Yeah.
upset.
Oh, it is double
So
digits. Yeah, yeah.
the town has worked tirelessly and beautifully to make that number as low as possible. At the end of BRC, hundreds of thousands were removed, past the very intense work that Melissa did, and all the town department heads dug deep this year to cut their budgets as low as they could.
And you're
Right.
on the committee, so you're close to the process, right?
Yeah, so it sounded like maybe the general public doesn't know that, and I wanted to
think so.
just clarify, like,
you.
give
Yeah.
you that background.
Yes.
I'd like to
at
commend.
What the tough budget year that he's talking about. We're so used to just saying that internally,
Yeah.
kind of, but
Yeah.
that's what it means.
So I'd like to commend publicly Corey Stevens in particular, who worked to scrape money off. So the effort this year strongly was to take the budget as far down, bare bones as possible. And in that context, our request, small as it was, and Bob Kelly, the chair of the BRC, admitted this. He said, yeah, it's a small request, but in the spirit of the year, it's not appropriate.
Yeah.
That was his line. And, I accept that. There are tough times that come up. And the other, my personal perspective is that, given that there are tough times for a lot of Exeter taxpayers, what can we do for fundraising? A lot of people have been encouraging to me, saying, you may not have the tax will, but you do have a lot of opportunities in this town to do some fundraising.
I think there's a lot of popular support.
Yeah, there's a lot of popular
And so I
support,
think
yeah.
the residents will support it financially on small dollar amounts, X dollar amounts, large dollar
What is
amounts,
our
whatever.
gauge of that? I tend to agree,
The
but
survey that we sent out, the open-ended question, was very excited. People were very excited. I'm so glad you're doing this. Thank you for doing this. We can't wait for this to happen. Remember those? Yeah.
yeah.
Along with now anecdotal since then.
Okay, that's kind of what I was looking for,
Yep.
is what were the data points
Yeah.
that I knew about the first, and
Yeah.
how much about
And
second. Okay.
What did, changing tack a little bit, Judy made a recommendation, and we talked about it once, Bill brought it up, and I think somebody else talked to it. Friends of the Park. Is that something we want to put on the docket for the future? Is that,
No.
or is it a dead subject?
No, quick answer is no, and I could talk with you offline
Okay.
later. But thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah, it seems like-
yes, yeah. But I think what our approach is, we're going to effectively do that through our fundraising efforts. So there's no need to create a separate entity, the Friends of.
Right.
Yeah.
No potential
thought-
confusion, because there is a Friends of the Park.
Swayze.
Yeah.
Of, at least the Parks and Rec.
Yes.
I remember
Yeah.
hearing, they have a program that had gone dormant, that they were trying to revive,
Oh,
whenever
okay.
I did that interview.
So,
I think that's a great idea. As Mary said, I didn't think so in the beginning. Now I think it's a cart before the horse. I think that comes after we've got the thing done. One of the ways maybe to help with the maintenance
Yep.
end of it is to
Sustain it.
but
yeah.
after it's,
And the-
not before.
The BRC, it wasn't an ask they should have made of us during the hearing, asked us about maintenance. And that's not our
It
charge.
popped up.
But that's not our charge.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
we end at construction. The ribbon's cut, somebody else takes over.
After the party.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Well, thanks. I was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
curious, because I
Yeah.
did look at the TV accounts of them, and
Let's circle back right now to the draft minutes, because Amanda has a recommendation for
the fourth line.
the fourth line.
Yes, so I would prefer to change the word from confusion. I don't have it open, one second. Can't remember if it's confusion or confused.
It's confusion.
So instead of was confusion on, I would change it to Amanda said the BRC misrepresented what we were asking for.
Oh, interesting, okay. Yeah, that's a different
Because my
flavor.
quote was manufactured confusion, And
Oh.
I don't want it to be on the record this way. I just want to
Can
make
you,
sure it's really clear what I meant.
Yeah,
And
no.
I know that it's a
Misrepresented.
strong statement, I'm still sticking behind it.
Yeah, well, I back you on that.
Thank you.
We've looked at it very closely.
So,
I can't read.
misrepresented. You can't read a doctor's handwriting?
It's
So number, can you go to like the number of the paragraph, which paragraph?
Oh, so it's,
Agenda item number
number
2.
2, second paragraph,
Thanks.
4th line.
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
There you go.
So,
Yeah, I see.
The BRC misrepresented what we were asking for.
Yeah.
and-
I could say some members of the BRC, let's say
Yeah.
it that way.
Maybe that would be.
Yep, that is, and that is accurate as well.
so what exactly is your correction?
Some members of the BRC misrepresented what we were asking for.
Some members of BRC misrepresented what we were asking for. Okay. With that, I will entertain a motion.
I'll put the same motion out there again. That we accept the minutes as corrected.
Very good. Is there a second?
Oh, sure.
Okay, we have a motion and a second.
Sorry, I'm typing. Motion to approve.
Because the only thing that we really have to do in these
Yeah,
minutes
second.
is do motions and seconds.
What was said, and
Yeah. Actually, the only legal requirement is,
Oh, so I don't have to do all the conversation?
no, you
No.
don't.
Oh.
You don't. So the legal requirements are that we list who made a motion, what the motion was, who seconded it, and what the vote was. That's the only legal requirement. All the rest
Yeah.
is gravy and very much appreciated. So.
that's good clarification. I did not have that on my playlist.
Oh, okay.
Now I know.
So there's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, say nay. Hearing none, it passes unanimously. Okay. So very briefly, thank you, Keith. You sent Brandon Ng my way. And thank you very much.
So you in the paper.
He sells papers. So I had a 45-minute interview with Brandon. I was
Lots of pictures.
yeah, I know. I was like, who is this guy?
He's great, actually. He's pretty accurate.
Oh, he's accurate. He's accurate. He's very smart. It's just the person in the picture. That's the person I had questions about. The guy in the blue jacket. So there are lots of pictures of someone who should not be pictured here. Yes. So anyway, that's out. That was went online on the 5th. It'll be in the hard copy newspaper delivered tomorrow. And that starts us on our fundraising loop. Let's talk about grants. Amanda, you want to talk very quickly?
You submitted it today.
I'm working with Corey tomorrow morning to finish the application. The application is to Needham Bank, so we're making an application there. And we will continue, now that we have this canned, so to speak, we'll continue to go to banks. Because that's where the money is. So that's a lot. But it starts us off on our grant writing. And yes, Meredith Village Savings Bank did cut down on their donation, their sort of spendthrift ways when they initially moved into town. So that's from Greg. That's our grant applications for now, and we're working on others.
Which one did you submit?
I am submitting.
Or you are submitting?
Working with Corey tomorrow to finish the application.
Okay.
And
Needham, okay.
Needham Bank. They took over. They took over Bank Prov. Yeah, Bank Prov essentially failed. They had a poor business decision that precipitated their failure. They did.
Can I, so thank you for that. I don't want to interrupt if you have another list that you're going to detail, but I have a question about list's approach and outreach responsibilities.
Why don't you ask a question?
Okay, so you're doing these things to banks. Was there some discussion about like, hey, here's the list of the banks, or Steve's going to handle all the banks? I'm just wondering what is our approach to designating the priority of organizational lists and who's out there. I want to make sure, like, I'm not totally dropping the ball here and not doing something.
So this completely goes back to the big 8-page fundraising brainstorm idea we sent around.
Yep.
And it wasn't clear at that time that there were lots of bank grants by any means. This has just evolved and like organically. We did have a list of lots of grants on there. They're still pursuing all those grants.
Yeah.
Some of them are not available to be pursued right now. They have different criteria that we don't meet yet, as you know, right? At that time, we asked people to sign up for what they were interested in doing. We were the only ones interested in grant writing. We've been writing the grants.
There's our list, there's our list.
Thank you for circling that.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to join us, please join us. We need more writers, but.
So that brings us to fundraising activities. We can start with a letter. You're going to start with a letter? So late breaking news. Please, you can take this home with you.
You have a
Yes,
copy for each
I have a
of
copy
us?
for each of you.
Sweet.
But don't send it out to anyone. This is for you to read, okay? So, there we go.
This is a draft, is that what you're saying?
Yes, but we'd like to get moving on it.
That's pretty, this is already actually approved by Melissa, so
Melissa,
it's,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
it's not really a,
So
The
it's
late breaking news is, yeah,
Flexible
it's not as
draft.
flexible.
MEO,
Yes.
for my eyes only, right?
The one thing on here that I didn't have time to communicate with you is
Yeah,
that.
I saw.
So I went into Melissa this afternoon and I got approval for, we can't send this out on town letterhead. Okay, so, but she did say that she would allow us to CC her. So what we will do is, we will collect your list of people to whom to send this letter. And we'll give Melissa that list along with one copy of the letter. So she will be CC'd. You following?
No.
No.
Okay.
It basically
so
just allows us to put at the very bottom that Melissa is aware this has gone out.
Yes.
So she's
Yeah.
sort of like part of the crew, the town has sort of
Aware of
a
everything.
stamp.
So are we
of
sending it, or
awareness.
is she
We're
sending
sending it?
We're
Okay.
sending it, we're sending it.
Steve just wants to write CC Melissa, town manager at the bottom,
Okay.
so
And
that
I
it just
gotta-
adds some gravitas to the letter.
Got
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I
then the
could-
physics of
So
how
we
that's
can
happening,
send-
don't worry about it. Yes.
Okay. Are we gonna mail these?
We just can't put it on Town of Exeter blue
Right.
alewife letterhead.
But we can use this, right?
I'm gonna develop letterhead with that in the
That's
center.
great.
Yeah.
Yes, Keith, you asked a question.
Yes.
We're gonna
ma'am.
mail these?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
So, like,
one
we're gonna
piece of a
write-
large marketing, fundraising plan is mailing letters to some people.
So are we gonna like write them on envelopes?
We need list of people to help stuff and stamp envelopes.
Okay, we got
When I
it.
first started, we did that and it
Yes.
worked very well.
We need some people to write the names on the envelope and stick the stamp on there,
We
please.
can't like,
Yeah.
like do mail merge a bunch of labels.
We can, but typing
much
them is
nicer when it's
almost as
handwritten.
long as,
It is.
Yeah, that,
Like if you get something that's handwritten, addressed
Yes.
to you,
less likely to throw it
you're
out.
gonna pay attention to it,
Totally.
yeah.
Is it,
My handwriting sucks, but I'm good at it.
That can work in your
You can
favor.
lick the stamps.
wouldn't it be cricket, we're supplying the names.
My hand is
Addressing
also-
envelopes.
Mine's terrible.
Would it be cricket to say, oh, Sally, you know, remember yesterday we were talking about this? We so appreciate something from you, your neighbor, Mary.
you want to add that
Well,
in,
like a little handwritten thing.
go for it.
You go for it,
Yeah.
yes.
That's
Yes. So, we're taking volunteers.
When are you
And we
gonna
need
do
a
it?
list from you of people. I have about 600 already, but
Oh my
that's-
Oh my gosh, well, there's nobody left.
Well, yes, there is.
I know like 4.
Don't think it's necessarily individual residents. Think of
Yes.
businesses we want to send it
Yes,
to.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
Right, so
Doesn't have to be
this doesn't have to be a
be anything you want.
quote, person. Could be an entity.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have an entity that you're thinking of.
Sure.
Are we submitting those entity names to one or both of
Yeah,
you
why
to
don't we
create a database?
put it in one
Yes,
of
yeah, we're
So
gonna
you're gonna
have one
make it
database.
specific, you're not gonna put like neighbor.
no, you need to
Yeah.
write the address.
Yeah.
No, the address you need
The
to
name
know,
and the
right, but I
address.
mean, you don't need the name necessarily.
Yeah.
Yes, it
No.
needs a name
We're
because
not
the,
saying
No. No,
dear
it-
Tim or dear.
Well,
Your friends and neighbors.
yes, correct.
You can write, so on the envelope, you could write neighbor and their address, or something of that nature.
You would
You can-
write John Doe and Susie
yeah, why wouldn't you
Jones?
write their?
I think I would
No,
write.
I know, I'm just saying from a cataloging, I've done this, okay? En masse, and it's difficult to get all the names and make sure you spell them all correctly, and if you're doing it by, that way. Whereas if you put something like neighbor and then their address, which you have a list of, I don't know, I'm asking, that's what I'm asking.
But if we're providing the suggested names, then we surely will know how to spell those people's names.
No, absolutely, I'm just saying,
I
what kind of I'm
prefer the
asking,
name.
what kind of volume are
Good
we talking in
question.
totality here, as far as, is this 2,000,
Hopefully.
5,000? What is
Hopefully
this?
1,000, 2,000.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Right.
I
So
mean,
it-
so I have a question, like,
For the letter.
why wouldn't we send
Yeah.
this to everyone in
Yes,
Exeter?
We can't afford it.
16,000 in the community.
Stamps are
We can't afford it.
76 cents, man.
And could we do a
Yes.
third
Yes.
class?
Yes.
a
Or is it
third-
78
send mail
cents?
anymore.
Is it 78 cents?
So, it's a lot.
We could maybe at a different level, once we have more funding for this.
We could post it on
For
Facebook.
this, yes, we will be doing
So
that.
a postcard,
be doing that.
a postcard would be half of
And a
that,
third
but I don't,
class mailing would be a third.
I'm just saying,
That-
that's what we did.
that's
It was postcards were
not
half
bad
the price,
idea.
right? So you were able
Just
to
to
double the
cut costs.
volume. That's just something, but then, who's gonna like? it
I'm
looks-
not opposed to keeping this document in a tri-fold that's a third-class mailing.
Right,
I'm not sure what that all means, we can talk about it offline.
sure.
But the
Yeah.
first stage right now is this
Good point.
letter going out by mail. Lots of other stages will be Facebook posts and other things. There could be another stage of physical mailing, right? This is one very small phase.
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get started, yeah.
What-
Sign me
what
up,
is
I
your-
will stuff.
Thank
What
you.
is your
Okay.
timeline?
We would like to have this start as soon as we can find out who the volunteers are and when they're available.
So first goal would be by next meeting to.
Oh,
Have mailed some out?
I imagine this first mailing being done definitely before next meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's a
So
goal.
within a
And
month.
it's very easy to meet.
But there's a process to get to that end state, which is
Right.
collecting names and cataloging those names from all of us.
Right.
But we're not gonna,
Party.
if,
So-
if we don't get those in time, we're just gonna send it out anyway and they can go, anybody who doesn't send them to us.
Sure,
can
so
go
I mean, if you
phase
give
two.
us, if you say, hey, folks, the first call
Mm-hmm.
deadline is next Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
You can continue to send me them after, but by next Thursday, our first round
Goes out.
of,
Yeah.
we're just
Perfect,
gonna start
thank
our
you.
first
Yeah.
production.
We needed to hear that.
Yeah.
And so how are we gonna
Hold
pay
on,
for the
wait,
postage?
let's keep speaking.
How are we gonna pay for the postage right away?
We have,
We have some money?
yes, we have some money.
$1,300.
Now.
Oh, I see, so we're gonna
we-
use that money for marketing, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
now, point of order. Corey Stevens has not gone to the select board
Correct,
to request acceptance
So
of that
in
money.
turn, we can spend that. I
Yes,
have
yes.
something first.
Now, we might, let me ask Greg if there are other funds that we might use
In
temporarily.
interim, yeah, yeah.
So I'll ask Greg.
I'll fill
Um,
the interim if we need to,
yeah.
that's fine.
That's a lot of money if we all contributed stamps. I mean, we could contribute stamps to get started.
Gifts and kind, or, sorry, that goes to the, remember we were supposed to log, and
Yes,
we're
yeah,
like,
yeah, but gifts in kind, gifts in kind. Yes, well, your thoughts? I think a third class.
I'd love to look into it, I've never
Yeah.
done it before.
Okay,
I
It's
have
a
had,
seed. It's good, and it worked. It worked. The handwritten part did work. It did work.
so I'll, yeah.
It's something that
So-
is viable. This is a lot of wording for a postcard, right? So that would cut the cost in half. You're saying you're talking, what we have for money, 1,500 mailings, and then we're out. So, at the current rate of 78 cents or whatever it is per stamp, plus the cost of the envelopes, right, and the paper we can get, I guess,
With the envelopes
So
at the dollar
those
store.
envelopes aren't cheap either, right?
I buy
If you
mine
don't
at the
have,
dollar store.
if you don't lick them, you get the self-seal, and that doubles the cost. So it's logistically speaking, it's something to consider what the cost of all this is versus what our budget is. I certainly can chicken scratch it through, and write it. I'll be glad to help with that.
If you go to a legal
I
size,
would too.
Yeah.
there could be a blank sheet and could be folded and use no
Yeah.
envelopes.
And there may be some kind of
That's what I
discount
was thinking.
on, with a mass mailing. I don't know how that works. It could be,
That's a great, I really
I-
appreciate you raising that point, like, we really need to think about.
Yeah, talk to the postmaster,
what's the
what's
list
a
of
gig, what are the
costs,
options?
Like, what's our available
Yeah.
funding, what's the list of costs, which means this is how many we can send out.
Right.
I have been a holder of third-class permits, so I would know all the questions to ask. There's a special way to prepare a mailing when it's third class. I will go to the post office and ask it
Yeah.
what's involved and
So what's
Okay.
good is it's like a lottery in some ways. You mail it out and you might get somebody that donates $5,000 and boom. And then you've paid for everything. It's well worth the effort that you just spent $1,300 on. You're already ahead. So, or you could get nothing.
So
It's a-
with that
it's a
in
gamble.
mind,
Yeah.
this,
Yes.
this mailing is going to, people that, we're not sending it out to 16,000 people, right? We're sending it out to people that are somewhat what we call in marketing pre-qualified, right? They are people that we personally know and think would be a good candidate. They are people that have donated to things before, whatever, right? This is a pre-qualified round of ask
not
versus a
random.
blank slate, right? So like it
Math,
should
yeah.
have a much better ROI.
I do know with a third-class permit, you can't add a personal note. It has to be
But
uniform.
it could
Yeah.
be
What we put
inside.
out should
That'd
look
be,
good.
they
right?
check.
Do they?
Check.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, has anyone here ever worked for the post office?
I never
No.
have worked for the
Okay.
post office.
It's very picky-uni.
Okay.
I haven't.
Yeah, I'm not sure what their current rules are, but I,
This is an old
Does
one.
anyone have some old pile of forever stamps they want to donate? Did it cost 76 cents?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean,
That mail fraud to our repertoire. No, I'm kidding.
No, like I bought Christmas stamps 10 years ago. I only paid 30-something cents for those. I'm still using them.
Oh, if they're forever,
Yeah, they're forever
Oh,
stamps.
yeah.
They're forever
I'm just
stamps.
saying, anybody got a bunch of forever
Right.
stamps they want to
We can all
donate to
donate.
the
Well, I see what
file
I
that
see what
aren't
you're saying.
76
Yeah,
cents?
I thought you meant
Mine
like
are all
that.
Christmas
Yes.
too.
No, they're forever stamps. Okay, so there is a lot of interest here.
Yeah.
You volunteered?
Yeah.
I heard
I
you.
would if you
I
need
heard
me.
you. Mary,
Yeah.
you'll,
I'll at least deliver names,
okay.
and when you stuff and fold and mutilate and all the stuff,
And
when you do
Keith,
that,
okay.
when would you do the stuff? Or do you
We'll
wanna
send
do
out a
the
doodle
couple?
poll.
Well,
And- Or just,
I'd
oh no,
like
we can give it to you
know what we're gonna
individually.
be sending out. I think you have to make it look, as a recipient of a lot of ads, some of them you just don't even bother with.
It's gotta look personal.
You open, what opens?
Unique.
Yeah,
Can we
I
just
think,
put a
I think
sticker
Keith,
up there?
well, from my perspective, let me have another speak.
Go ahead.
I agree with Keith that personal is what will get people to open the envelope. And more likely that they will respond.
So do you think it needs to be an envelope versus a tri-folded flat?
I don't have an opinion, I don't know.
The only,
I wonder if Bill has an opinion. If you
Yeah.
got the thing in the mail that's, folded 3 times with the little sticky,
It opens easy, but
do you feel that's personal enough?
I think a letter is better in the beginning, when we're sending to the cream of the crop.
Keith,
We are. This is to the cream of the crop.
Keith,
At some point,
Later
maybe
on,
we
yeah.
use that, a folded thing for just
Regular
regular.
16,000, yeah, if
so
we ever did
Keith,
that.
I'm interested in your experience. You said you
Well,
did
so
this.
we did postcards, and they had a catchy slogan
Mhm.
on the front, and then they, on the back, it just has a spot where you can just put neighbor, and then, 61 West Side Drive, Exeter, New Hampshire, 03833. And then we mailed them out, and the stamps at that time, this is like 15 years ago, 14 years ago, they were it was half the price, right?
Yeah.
So if we could get something like this into a postcard form, that would cut our costs in half, but it's also that's a lot of information to fit on a
A
postcard.
postcard
Yeah.
is 61 cents
Wow, so that's doubled. So
versus
it's
78 cents for a
78
stamp.
versus
Wow.
61.
And then you gotta consider a postcard has to be on like cardstock, which is a heavier paper.
Yeah, but like some of those places, we could get 1,000 of them for like $35, and this was then, I'm sure it's probably 75
Like having
now.
it printed at like
Yeah, have it
Staples or
pre-printed
something.
with a nice, you can choose and create what you want it to be visually. So if it was something that was very personal, it was eye-catching, so different than every other piece of junk mail that you got, or color, something that's like, wow, that would say, Town of Exeter, it can't really say that, I guess, but something like that would get people saying, hey, this is a local personal thing, this is not from Nebraska.
Right.
Okay, the whole thing is to get somebody to pay
I would be
attention.
inclined to say, for the type of people and entities that we are sending this specific letter to was crafted with a specific
For
audience in
business, yeah,
mind.
right.
It's written and it's kind of long and it has all this detail for this very specific audience. I think we
Right.
should stick with this one as it is for this phase.
First phase.
Another phase can be a postcard
agree.
phase for a different audience.
Yeah, that
Okay.
makes sense.
And I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And as far as,
It also gives the directions of how to give.
Because it's almost written to an audience who will be turning around right then and there to write that check. So it almost wants a self-addressed stamp envelope in it, is like to the level of like hope that this particular letter and
Right.
this particular audience is getting. Does that make
So
sense?
is that methodology, forgive me, I'm a Luddite in this area, but is that methodology still viable as far as the donation goes, like writing a check and putting it in the mail?
Correct,
I
yes.
mean,
For-
because most people do something electronically these days.
There would be a 3% fee for a credit card, and a lot of
Yeah,
donations,
exactly.
the expectation is to still do it by check.
Yes. I
So
can say from
personally-
personal experience that this household, I represent a household that is hit up a lot.
So you guys write checks.
We write checks and.
As do we.
Yeah.
As do
and-
we.
Do you?
Millennial.
yep,
You're younger, a little bit.
I do everything online.
I donate.
If I don't have to
Yeah.
write the check, I do not.
So if you-
I
so
do,
if you
most
donate
of my
to charity,
donations
right.
are to specific organizations that are recurring, so those are
So
electronic.
those
Yeah.
electronic, you're the
Same.
same?
One-shot deals that are not like $50, which I do online. Like, I'll pay my kids like summer camp tuition by check. I'll pay
Yeah.
my life insurance by check, because it's many hundreds of dollars, and I care about that.
Yeah, no, I get,
But the fee hits at that level.
And you do? You write checks too?
I write checks. My husband does online.
And you?
I do,
Ann?
yeah.
We're also Exeter, New Hampshire, we're not Boston, Massachusetts.
Not on
No,
the
I'm with you,
road,
right,
in
yeah,
the
so we
car,
write
you
checks
want
too,
my
so,
phone
okay,
number.
just
Yes.
curious.
One more nuts
Carry
and
'em.
bolts detail. If we end up doing a folding thing rather than an envelope thing, we need to use really heavy paper because they get beat up.
Okay.
And the heavy
You don't wanna
paper
see through it.
cost might
Wow.
offset any savings on buying envelopes.
Yeah. Do we have to vote on this process? Because
No.
I want to be able to move things along.
we
and
can-
I
we
feel
can
like
see-
we've given a
we-
really healthy
we can move-
conversation
yeah,
about
we can
this.
move on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
an unanswered question.
So,
When do you, stuffing parties?
We'll reach out to you
Could
after the
we have a
meeting.
couple of them?
We'll reach out to you after the
Yeah.
So
meeting.
that there are different
There-
occasions?
Sounds
So-
like there'll be a couple.
so there'll need to be a couple.
Okay.
And the reason is that we cannot have a quorum
Oh.
discussing anything.
So
Not even
that's-
stuffing envelopes and
Is that
So-
three?
news.
No, quorum is five. So we can have four and four. There are eight of us here.
Okay.
So
That's a
quorum is
little
fine.
bit of, that thwarts, that's why I was curious about our charge of raising money, like, you know what I mean? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See how we were in a natural conflict with that situation? It's a
We
little rough.
we can have a meeting with all of us here, it just has to have minutes.
Yes. So-
It's not saying we can't have
But
additional
it has to
meetings.
have a public notice.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have to-
public
yeah.
notice.
Yeah.
That's what I mean,
yeah.
like, it has
So-
to have, right, but it
Okay,
doesn't mean
just-
we
yeah.
couldn't sit all here and do it if we wanted to.
Can I get a batch? Can I get
Yeah.
a couple dozen or so? And
Interesting.
take them home and do them all by my lonesome?
100%.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes
But
timing
if you
better.
want to
Other
have.
donation prospects for
yeah,
January, February?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you
If
can
if you wanted,
Oh, go ahead.
oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I guess, I was just saying that if the committee wanted to have a full committee meeting, I would post an agenda. The agenda would be, you're right, introduction, public comment, draft minutes, and this.
Work party.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that would be but short of that, we can't meet more than 4 of us. Yeah.
I just want
So-
to take some envelopes home and
Oh,
work on them.
How about it?
Can I ask one last question? What format are we sending?
Letters,
No, what format are we sending addresses to you?
any format you'd like.
Okay, just
don't
like an
want-
email, type of bunch of crap in an email. Okay.
Please,
Yeah.
yeah.
So emails to Amanda. And.
By next week?
by-
Sure.
Yeah.
By next
Wait.
Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Oh,
Yeah.
we can add to
Good
it.
to have a
though.
deadline. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Please do.
Remember
The, thank you for that discussion. Okay, so my takeaway, I will summarize, and we won't have a motion. We will send out this letter to select pre-qualified style individuals and entities. This will go in an envelope, it will be stamped, handwritten address. Any handwritten notes are fine. We will have work parties, if people want work parties. Contact me, please, if you want a work party, and we'll have a work party. Work parties will be limited to 4 individuals on this committee. And I left something else out.
You can work on your own if you'd like.
Yes, exactly. So that's our work. Any questions about that? Thank you for the discussion. All right, that's fundraising letters. Other donation prospects for January and February. Why don't we just go to the pickleball tournament?
Okay. So I was approached by Don Cloutier, who's also on the BRC, offering his expertise and prior experience in organizing pickleball tournaments for fundraising. He knows how to do this very well. He has all the contacts, he's done it before, he knows the way to do it. We had a meeting with him and 2 representatives, Greg and Dave, from Parks and Rec today with Steve. It was very clear, very great, comprehensive. Don knows what he's doing. We know the next steps on, they're gonna look at different dates, using several different metrics to make sure that there aren't conflicts with different things. It's a little bit, I'm not gonna go into the detail. They're looking at dates, they're calling referees to see when people are available, right? They're gonna do the behind the scenes work that they need to do to propose when this could be done. They're thinking about, what sort of, format they want, right? Like different types of doubles and mixed doubles. They're making those decisions. They are offering this to us as a package deal. They are doing it. Don is creating
Like
this.
for free?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Free.
Yeah. No.
Oh, yeah, he's just a town member who thinks this is great and wants to support us.
That's great.
Wow, I didn't know I had to lead with that. Yeah. So we talked about regulatory and safety requirements. We talked about the venue and logistics. We talked about the financial structure, the proposed timelines. We've gone over a lot of things for a first meeting. There's a nice to-do list for myself, for Steve, for Don, for Greg. Everyone has a to-do list. We're going to meet again. For this committee, what we're going to need to do to support this happening is just help get the volunteers for the day of. That's it. Show up the day of, be a scorekeeper, be a registration check-in person, maybe be a concession stand person, those types of easy, small responsibility with training jobs. We need about 40 people. We think at this time that could change, but it seems like that would be plenty. Looking first at dates towards the end of August, but that could change based on, they have to do all this background research to see what dates are gonna kind of work. This would be held at Rec Park. There's 16 pickleball courts. It's a very desirable location. Big Brothers Big Sisters holds a pickleball tournament there that Don helps organize. There's really cool ideas for looking at other kind of like supplementary activities that could happen on the day of to drive interest in coming to our pickleball tournament, as well as to make additional funds, raise additional funds on the day of, maybe swag, maybe they have a professional exhibition match with adaptive wheelchair pickleball, professional level as an
Yeah.
exhibition to
Yeah.
draw people in.
That's awesome.
Maybe there's a 50-50 raffle. Maybe there's some recovery vendors who get a table. We have a table. Lots of different ideas, very much 100% in the brainstorming stage.
On-site childcare?
That's all
At the
That
playground?
wasn't-
Yeah, it sounds like they're.
roam in the playground.
Storming stage,
Yep,
so-
100% in the brainstorming. This meeting happened 2 hours ago. So it's very exciting. Just in terms of orders of magnitude of hoped funds, maybe in the tens.
Yeah, absolutely in the tens.
Yes.
Wow, okay,
Tens,
that's
tens of
helpful,
thousands
yeah.
of dollars.
I would have made that number too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
They're doing it for us for free, and it can make tens of thousands of dollars.
How
Yes.
about publicity?
We discussed that at length and have
They do it?
brainstorming. That'll be one of the things that we need to do, and Steve and I have that under control already.
yeah, and that's eminently doable. Because remember,
They
our
told us
audience, the
how to
audience,
do
yeah,
it.
exactly, they did.
They
Our
gave us the
audience here
blueprint.
is not the general public, it's the pickleball players. So that's.
It's a tournament.
It's a
It's not for
tournament,
new
yeah.
pickleball
Yeah.
players.
Internet,
No.
Don
Yeah,
knows who they are.
Yeah.
He does.
He
is.
does, and he identified sites for us to,
He
hit
gave
up
us the
this.
marketing
Yeah.
blueprint
Yeah, he
already.
gave us,
Yeah.
he gave us the play, it sounds like he's being able to
Yeah.
provide the playbook, we just need to execute on said playbook.
100%
Right, right.
perfect
Wow.
summary.
However, the extent to which, if there is interest in like members of this group wanting to be part of, if it's a committee or something like that, because we want to be involved in what the supplemental things might look like, so that it's not just a pickleball tournament, it's like a community event plus
So-
pickleball tournament,
So
which is
where
where
the-
the childcare thing might come in.
Where the money, where our money comes in is a registration fee
Yes.
for the participants.
Minus
Yeah.
cost of
Minus costs.
operating.
Yeah.
Okay, are we
Yeah.
gonna offer any deductions for seniors or?
That's
All
not
to
for
be
this
No,
determined.
table.
no.
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry, can I interrupt?
Yes.
I'm looking at the time, it's almost 6 o'clock. I do have a hard stop at 6 because I have to
Gotcha.
run home, bring a child to Scouts, and then get back here for planning board.
Okay.
So I'm happy, you guys can continue,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I
Thank
need
you.
to
Well,
hand over the
we are,
minutes.
we are just about
Okay.
done for the day. Is that okay?
Are we
Yeah.
supposed to say go for it? Good job?
Sure, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for it. Good
And
job.
very quickly, silent auction update.
Silent auction has been moved to May. That's about it. We're going to start canvassing for goodies in February. So there will be a table at the Alewives event,
Good.
which is usually mid-May, and we can publicize it there.
Great.
And probably be at the end of May. I've looked at the calendar, I don't see conflicts, but we're going to be doing the same thing, looking for
And
any.
the Alewife Festival has the additional, if I may, has the additional benefit of, if it rains, they go indoors. They go in the town hall.
Yep, right.
So
Oh,
we're
yeah.
covered either way. Yeah.
I'll make a sign for the table that says, look that way, Pairpoint Park,
Yes.
right?
Could use that, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. And we're going to get you out of here at 6. So wine tasting event, I told you last time, we did not get the vendors, so we're not going to have, we're not going to have a wine tasting event. I just told Greg to pull our application for, our approved application for use of the town hall on February 13. The 5 vendors did not come through. And that's a separate discussion. I will, Mary and Dev,
Yep.
very last thing is you recommended edits to the web page. If you had a chance to read them, I hope you did. Do you have any comments?
I thought they were good.
Okay. Do you have any comments? I will entertain a motion to accept the revisions, and I will contact Bob Glowacki to make the changes. So I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we accept them as proposed.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay. Discussion?
Sorry, under details, where it says the cost of site analysis, design, and construction, I don't think we can change that. We have a very specific request that you and I made before the select board to say, can we raise money for this specific thing? It was almost like legally binding what we asked to raise money for. Site analysis being
Oh, yes.
understood to be part of design, and I don't want to get anybody that wrong, but we did ask for specific language.
Yeah.
Select board approved specific language. I don't think we actually have any authority to change that language. So as much as I like site
I worry less
analysis,
about
I
that one.
don't think we
Yeah,
can do that.
Okay.
So-
I'm not gonna lose a ton of sleep over that
Okay.
if the constraint is that. I can
So
live-
what would you strike from the?
Site analysis, comma.
Yeah. So you're actually, she's talking about the boilerplate stuff there.
And then I would
Oh.
also just put the period after professional, because it might be more than one. And so company just sounds like one, and I would just say qualified professional, period.
Yeah.
That's all.
Qualified
With those
professional.
changes, I'll entertain a motion.
There's already been a motion.
Okay, so we've had a motion with an amendment. How do I do this?
I don't know.
We have a motion with an amendment.
Yes.
Any other discussion? The motion with the amendment, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed say nay. So moved.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it.
We are adjourned.
Welcome,
Yes,
have a
thank
copy
you.
of that, Jen.
Can I ask you a question about?
It's in my
Tuning
email.
into Exeter TV. Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast channels 6 and 22. Channel 6 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 8, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv, Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report with recaps of recent